Instagram, hello LinkedIn, and definitely hello YouTube. Welcome to another Tuesday Talk, wherever you are. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Yes, another Tuesday Talk, building your executive presence. The topic for today is this 50K executive branding on a budget. If you've been here with me before, I welcome you back. Thank you for joining again. And if it's the first time you're joining me on Tuesday afternoon, Sydney time, welcome. I always talk about two topics: landing higher profile role, whatever that means for you, and the second one is creating higher impact positions, perhaps transitioning out or doing some consulting or advisory work in conjunction with your current roles. The two groups of people that I work with, they all want to do something more interesting, more exciting, and more impactful. And why do I do that? Because throughout my career, I've seen so many times, so many great people that they are really good at what they do, but they are unseen and they are never get invited to tables that the decisions are made. So I thought if I start helping and teaching and guiding those who want to go higher, to get to those positions, perhaps I can make that impact and that change. And I truly believe our corporate land needs a little bit of shakedown and change. And if we help good people to land higher profile roles, they can get there and then they can change the environment for better. I normally work with a group of executives or executive to be's that they are futuristic. They want to take us to the future. They are caring for people and the planet, and they are ambitious and they want to drive the growth and drive their businesses forward. Traditionally, these two groups are mutually exclusive, meaning you're either part of this cushy, softy, greeny type people that they care about people, planet, or you are this driven business person like Wolf of Wall Street that anyone that wants to grow a business will talk to them. What if we can create and develop leaders that they are both caring for people and the planet and the profit? All good things in one place. And that is my why, as why I do what I do. And the Tuesday conversations always follow the same set of a structure. I always talk about a model or a concept or theory. Then I share real examples, life examples, either myself or one of my clients. And I always make an invitation, because what's the point of learning something and not knowing what's next? And today's topic is executive branding, because I really needed to learn this one, firstly for myself and then for others to be able to teach it. And I really, really wanted to know why it's so expensive. It starts from somewhere around 20, 30K. And if you add PR and any of those stuff will go to 30K or something to even 50K per year. Some really big numbers that for you that you are in the corporate land, you know this is not a big number for an organization, but it's quite heavy for a person if they decide to establish their brand. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to learn it and unpack it and understand what is it, and then what makes it great, and then how can I simplify it both for myself and my clients, and now I'm bringing it to you. So the core of branding, what I have learned so far, is one definition. There was two words that I really liked, and it's from uh, I'm just trying to get the name right, from Debbie Millman, that said branding is deliberate differentiation. And I like that because it's simple, like you consciously trying to stand out and be recognizable. If that's the case, and that's what the aim, so what are the elements to be seen? And then I started to look into it further and realized, okay, logo and fonts and colors. And then everyone was saying that branding is more than just logo and, the colors and, the style. So what it is. Further that I look into it in a space of personal branding, the concept that stood out the most for me, and I'm bringing to you, is that branding is the gut feel that people have when they see your product, your service, or your organization, or in the case of personal branding, when they see you talk. This is what it is. Basically, the feelings that they feel when they see you. That is the core of your branding, which is interesting because when I was originally looking into it, as they were saying, okay, choose the colors or imageries that you resonate more. So how you feel. So that's how I would feel as the person that owns the brand. But this was completely different when I did a deeper work and research into it, that it is about how they feel, which is interesting because we're talking about personal branding. What's my brand? How I would feel, but that's not the case. How you want to be perceived and how you want others to feel where they are in your presence when they read your content, when they read your material, when they talk to you, when they go through your program, when they call you to pick your brain, how would they want to feel? And that's the key finding for me. So next step, I started to design my material and my courses and my program based on that when I started to teach. So for example, my brand stands for 3 words. I'm all about speed, style, and structure. And the feeling that I want to give to my audience, to my people, and people that they read my books or come to my coaching calls is activated. I originally used to think that I want people to be inspired or feel clarity. But then after that, I realized, no, I want more than that. I want them to feel that they can do stuff. Not only they have clarity, now that they have an action plan. So everything after that, when I decided that is what my brand is about, after that changed to be something that activating, not just inspiring, not just hyping up, but also being able to move forward and take an action. Another example from my client that she wants to, her colors basically are orange, yellow, and the accent color of black, which is very interesting for me. And the feelings that she wants to bring to her clients, though she is a cybersecurity advisor, is the feeling of safety and joy, which is uncommon. But if you listen to her content, if you listen to her advice, you would realize, of course, security and safety is the thing that she stands for, and then that those are her colors, and those are the feelings that she wants to um, create or inspire in her audience. So for today's conversation, I want you to start thinking, if you are one of those ones that want to later on establish your personal brand, or perhaps want to go outside corporate world or in conjunction with your work, you want to be doing consulting or advisory or even public speaking, I want you to think about what are the 3 words that your brand stands for, and then what is the feeling or couple of feelings that you want to inspire in your audience when they work with you. You might not want to immediately act and for finding your next role or making an exit, or making a transition out. I shouldn't say exit, transition out. But if you start to think about these ones, when you start briefing an agency or when you start thinking about going out, you will have the answer to a lot of these questions in advance. And it definitely fast track you and will save you a lot of time. Funny enough, logo or font has very little impact on your audience. That's based on the research. But the colors and imagery and that feeling is probably the one that creates the most impact in your audience. A little bit more theory. So I started to look at, again, strategy and brand strategy and see what's underneath that. And on top of this iceberg is the visuals that you see. Normally it's presented to you or you can create it, is the brand guideline, font color, images, logos, and some perhaps patterns. But below that, there are the elements of brand strategy, which is personality, purpose, positioning, and the promise of your brand. And these collectively will give the strategy. Today, when I ask you to choose 3 words that describe your brand, they are more of your personality, brand personality, and perhaps somewhat a little bit of the promise of your brand. But there's a lot more into that. For today's conversation, I invite you to start scrolling and looking at, if you want to present yourself, if you want to talk to your audience, if you want to be of service to this world and want to take some of your know-how and your experiences to your team or wider world, what is it that you want to take? What is the personality of your brand? And what is the one feeling that you want to inspire in your audience? By the way, the same applies when you're writing a book. When I wanted to write a book and I was researching how to go about it, well, I didn't have any problem with the structuring and all of that. Those things I'm good at. But I did have a little bit of challenge as how to bring some sort of softness to it. So it's not just a checklist of do this, do this, do this, do that, and it's and I didn't want it to be a story. I wanted to still be quite a practical book. So one of the things that I learned during writing the book was each book also needs to inspire some sort of feelings in the reader's mind and heart, so they can take the content and the feeling with them. Well, that's it, my friend. I think that's what I wanted to share with you. If you want to explore more about personal branding, particularly executive branding, I've done a ton of work in that space, and this is what I teach to my students and people that I work with one-on-one. And I would love to share that with you if this is something that you will see next year or so you are working on. So definitely know how to find me, where to find me, and I would love to have a conversation with you. So until next Tuesday, another Tuesday talk. Hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Bye.